Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau is a huge plateau in southern India that lies between the Western and Eastern Ghats, and is informally described as the peninsular territory south of the Narmada River between these mountains. The Deccan Plateau is a triangle landmass to the south of the Narmada River. It is bordered to the north by the Satpura and Vindhya Ranges. It has a total size of roughly 5 lakh square km. It is triangular in shape and is bordered on the northwest by the Satpura and Vindhya, on the north by the Mahadev and Maikal, on the west by the Western Ghats, and on the east by the Eastern Ghats. The Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri rivers run from the Western Ghats eastward to the Bay of Bengal. The Deccan's average elevation is roughly 600 meters, 2,000 feet, trending usually eastward. Tiruvannamalai, in Tamil Nadu, is known as the Deccan Plateau's southern entryway. The huge Western Ghats mountain range prevents moisture from the southwest monsoon from reaching the Deccan Plateau, resulting in relatively little rainfall in the region. The Eastern Deccan Plateau, which stretches along India's southeastern coast, is at a lower height. Its woods are likewise dry, but they help to absorb rain, forming streams that feed into rivers, which then run through basins and eventually into the Bay of Bengal. The Deccan Plateau, rivers. The majority of the rivers on the Deccan Plateau flow south. The Godavari River and its tributaries, notably the Indravati River, drain much of the northern half of the plateau, beginning in the Western Ghats and going east to the Bay of Bengal. The Tungabhadra River, Krishna River, and its tributaries, notably the Bhima River, drain the majority of the central plateau. The Cauvery River, which rises in Karnataka's Western Ghats and bends south to break through the Nilgiri Hills at the island town of Shivanasamudra, then flows into Tamil Nadu at Hogenakkal Falls before flowing into the Stanley Reservoir and the Metter Dam that created the reservoir, and finally emptying into the Bay of Bengal, drains the southernmost part of the plateau. The Godavari River, which flows southeast, the Krishna River, which splits the peninsula into two parts, and the Peninsular River, which flows north, all drain the plateau. Moist deciduous, dry deciduous, and tropical thorn woods cover the plateau. The Deccan Plateau, climate. The territory's climate ranges from semi-arid in the north to tropical in the majority of the region, with distinct rainy and dry seasons. The driest areas include Rayalaseema and Vidarbha. Rain falls from June through October during the monsoon season. The months of March through June may be extremely dry and hot, with temperatures often topping 35 degrees Celsius. The climate in the plateau is drier than on the beaches, and it can be dry in areas. The Deccan Plateau, population. The majority of the region's population works in agriculture, with cereals, oilseeds, cotton, and pulses, legumes, being the most important crops. Cotton textiles, sugar, foodstuffs, tobacco, paper, machine tools, and medicines are produced at industries located in Hyderabad, Warangal, and Kurnool. Forest-based cottage businesses, timber, firewood, charcoal, bamboo goods, and mineral-based cottage industries, asbestos, coal, chromite, iron ore, mica, and kyanite. The plateau's huge expanses of residual forest are still home to a variety of grazing species, including the four-horned antelope chinkara and blackbuck, as well as the gaur and wild water buffalo. Deccan Trap. The Deccan Trap is a thick series of late Cretaceous basaltic lava flows that occupy approximately 500,000 square kilometers of peninsular India. This basaltic lava soil has been eroded step by step as a result of erosion, and it is known as the Deccan Trap. This Deccan Trap is common throughout the Deccan Plateau, which includes Saurashtra, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and portions of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Its thickness is not consistent, it is somewhere deep and somewhere shallow depending on whether the surface is flat or sloppy. It is commonly referred to as black dirt or regur soil. Because of the large amount of clay content, they are sticky when wet and hence difficult to plow. They form in basalt-covered locations in semi-arid circumstances. The Deccan Trap is lava land, where humus is nearly non-existent in the soil and the soil is black due to the presence of titanium salt. They contain a lot of lime. The soil retains moisture and is quite productive, especially in the lowlands and river valleys where it is deep and clayey. Significance of Deccan Plateau. Minerals and precious stones abound in the Deccan level. Numerous marsh kings, especially those of the Mauryan, 4th–2nd century BCE, and Gupta, 4th–6th century CE, fought for the level's mineral wealth. Coal, iron metal, asbestos, chromite, mica, and kyanite are among the significant minerals identified here. Low precipitation made agriculture difficult until the water system was introduced. At the moment, the zone under development is quite low, ranging from 60% in Maharashtra to roughly 10% in the Western Ghats. Twofold editing is unusual, except in formed zones of certain waterway valleys. Rice is the most important crop in high precipitation areas, whereas sorghum is the most important crop in low precipitation areas. Cotton, tobacco, oilseeds, and sugar sticks are examples of massive crops. Espresso, tea, coconuts, areca, pepper, elastic, cashew nuts, custard, and cardamom are all widely grown on ranches in the Nilgiri Hills and the Western Ghats. Conclusion. The Deccan Plateau, also known as the Peninsular Plateau or the Great Peninsular Plateau, is a huge plateau in India that comprises the majority of the country's southern region, ranging in height from 100 meters in the north to 1,000 meters in the south. The Deccan Plateau is a triangle landmass to the south of the Narmada River. The Deccan Plateau rises higher in the west and gradually dips eastward. Thank you.